this video, we will go over the material in section 1.1, Functions given by formulas. I strongly encourage you to read this section in the ebook. You can find the link to the ebook on Blackboard in the folder labeled Link to ebook. In this course, we will be focusing on functions. To begin, it's crucial that you understand what a function is and how it differs from an equation. In this section, you will learn several new terms that will be critical to your understanding of the material. Grasping the concepts of initial value and functional notation will make the course content much easier for you. For example, in high school, you learn about linear equations like this, y equal to 3x plus 5. If you change y to f of x, the equation will look like this, f of x is equal to 3x plus 5. And this is what we will call a function. And while the full definition of a function can be complex, for now, I want you to think of a function as a type of equation. One of the key concepts in algebra is the initial value. It is important to remember and understand that an initial value represents the value of the function when x equal to 0 or t is equal to 0. It represents the value of the function at the beginning. Let's review an example. The temperature in a room starts at 20 degrees Celsius and increases by 2 degrees Celsius every hour. What is the initial value? We remember that the initial value is the beginning value or starting value. In this case, the temperature started from 20 degrees Celsius. It means that the initial value of the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. Next example. The formula f of t is equal to 1.19t plus 13.22. It gives the approximate total revenue of Wendy's restaurant chain in billions of dollars, t years after 2005. What was the initial value of the revenue in 2005? So we know that 2005 is the year when we started calculating our revenue. It means time t is equal to 0. Now we need to substitute 0 for t into the equation and calculate the value. And we see that the initial value is $13.22 billion. Another important term you will learn in this section is function notation. You should take a minute and read the definition. You should remember that mathematicians do not like waste their time writing long sentences. They often use shorthand to save time. For example, instead of writing value of the function f when x is equal to 3, they prefer to write f of 3. And you can see other examples of functional notations. Okay, we have a word problem. Kevin opened a checking account at a bank. The function below determines the balance on the account. B of t equal to 1.08 times t plus 2030, where t is the number of months after the account was opened. Write the balance on the account after 6 months as a functional notation. The solution is, we have a function b of t, and we know that t is equal to 6 because we need to know the balance on the account after 6 months. So the functional notation will be b of 6. Please do not calculate the value because they ask you to write just the functional notation. They did not ask you to calculate. Next example. The population of the United States from 1790 to 1860 is given by the following formula, where t is years since 1790 and n is the population in millions. The equation is n equal to 2.45 times 1.01 hundredths to the power t. What was the population in 1793? First of all, when you see the word cents in a word problem, you should convert the years into t time. To calculate the population in 1793, you will need to find the number of years between 1790 and 1793. It is always a good idea to show your work on paper, as rushing during test can lead to a calculation mistake. So you will write it down, t equal to 1793 minus 1790 is equal to 3 years. Now you need to substitute 3 into the equation and calculate the value. And your final answer will be n of 3 equal to 2.52 million people. Now we have the same problem, but we have to answer a different question. Explain in practical terms the meaning of n of 5. Similar questions will appear in homework, quizzes, and tests. Your answer should be in full sentences, demonstrating your understanding of the material. In this problem, we have function n that is population of the United States. So you can start writing down. N of 5 is the population of the United States. And you need to add something about 5. So you will write it down. N of 5 is the population of the United States 5 years after 1790. Or the other ways you can answer this question is N of 5 is the population of the United States in 1795. The next question is, what was the population initially? So you should remember that initially means that you need to find the beginning value when t is equal to 0. Substitute 0 for t and calculate the value. So the beginning value is 2.45 million people. Now we will review a different example. A table is given to us, and just by looking at this table, you need to find the initial value. You see that x values are equal to 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. And we remember that the initial value is the beginning value when x is equal to 0. And from the table you can see that when x is equal to 0, f of 0 is equal to 5.7. It means that the initial value is 5.7. Now you are ready to start working on your assignment. Feel free to email me all your questions.